The initial idea of going through a life with no sight, no hearing and not being able to speak was Pete's idea. But then it grew out of one song called Amazing Journey, Deaf, Dumb and Blind Boy, and how you experience life through vibrations. Our manager, Kit Lambert, whose father was a composer. His father was Constant Lambert, the founder of Sadler's Wells Ballet Company. And so Kit was always trying to make pop music into something more than just a 3-minute single. And we'd done mini operas before, little stories that lasted 10 minutes. Brilliant in their way. That you can do, just like short stories in literature. It was just wonderful. So we had this idea, and I said, a great idea for an opera. So let's build on it. So Keith Moon came up with the idea of the holiday camp at the end. John was given the job to write Uncle Ernie and Cousin Kevin, and we were perhaps in our most creative period. I think every group has a 10-year window of enormous creativity. There's something about it, and it just grew organically in the studio. Every day a new song would appear, and then we'd work on it, work out the harmonies around the piano, and build it. Good times, really good times. And we didn't have any idea where it was going when we started it. It was one song, that was then 2 songs, then 4 songs, and first it was going to be a single album, then we had too many songs for a single album, so we said, well, let's make it a double album, which was quite, in itself a difficult thing in those days. To spend as much time in the studio as we were wasn't easy. People thought we were mad. Towards the end of the double album, we didn't have quite enough material in the kind of the story that we saw to actually make 2 sides of a double album. So we had a 9-minute gap. So what we did, we just pieced together lots of bits of jamming in the studio where we were experimenting with things for the overture and sparks earlier on in the piece, and of course that became the underture, and that's in how I do it on stage today. That's the only piece I leave out, because it's really to do with the story and the piece. It's not really necessary, especially on stage, because everything it does has already been stated. People just couldn't get their heads around it, that you were singing about disabilities. As many people loved it, just as many hated it.
We are proud to announce a truly outstanding rock opera film, Tommy.
He can't beat the best. He's a snap doesn't lead him in, and he just does the rest. He's got crazy flipper fingers. I've never seen him fall. That deaf, dumb, and blind kid sure plays me in pinball.
On the Tommy film, I loved it, and it was acting. Believe me, it was acting. Because Anne Margaret was my mother. So.
Tommy, can you hear me? Tommy, can you hear me? Tommy, can you hear me? Tommy?
So that was very hard to keep saying, Roger, she's your mother.
Listening to you, I got the music, gazing
genius. I mean, and like all geniuses, they can be absolutely fabulous or absolutely terrible. But there was never dull. He was always exciting, full of life. I saw him literally 6 weeks before he died. Spoke to him 3 weeks before he died. He wanted me to be the Mad Hatter in a production of Alice in Wonderland. Quadrophenia, I liked that album myself. I thought it was a great album.
Quadrophenia, the major musical statement about an angry generation, is now a motion picture for every generation.
It's a good movie. It's got nothing to do with music, but it's a good movie.
Quadrophenia, for everyone who was ever convinced he was right because the world was wrong.
Just because we get
I hear this talking about Quadrophenia 2, which I think is, why would it be Quadrophenia 2? Quadrophenia is a record, it's not a movie. They called the movie Quadrophenia, and took the name from the record, but it's got nothing to do with the record, I don't think, personally. It's like a finished piece of work. There isn't Quadrophenia 2. It's like it's like painting the same picture twice, with a few differences. What's the point? Does that make sense?